Shocking news! Harry Kane could return to Tottenham next summer. Spurs ready to bring their legend home. Welcome back to Tottenham News Today channel. Harry Kane appears closer than ever to a sensational return to Tottenham, with growing belief that next summer could finally see Spurs' legendary number 10 back in North London. The England captain, who left the club in 2023 to join Bayern Munich, has continued his incredible goal-scoring form in Germany, smashing in goals for fun in both the Bundesliga and the Champions League. This season alone, he has been nothing short of unstoppable, proving yet again why he remains one of the best centre-forwards in the world. However, according to journalist Raphael Honigstein, speaking to talkSPORT, this is expected to be Kane's final season in Bavaria. Honigstein claims Bayern are already bracing themselves for life after Kane and preparing for the striker's departure before his contract expires in 2027. That is a huge development for Tottenham supporters, who have been dreaming of seeing their homegrown hero back in Lilywhite colours. Crucially, Tottenham inserted a clause into Kane's Bayern deal that gives them first refusal on any future Premier League transfer. This means Spurs will have priority over every other English club if Kane decides to return to England, putting the club in pole position to bring him back. The timing could not be better. Under Thomas Frank, Tottenham are rebuilding, and the prospect of adding a proven world-class finisher to this exciting new project is mouthwatering for supporters. There are further signs that Bayern are preparing for a future without Kane. Their recent investments in attacking talent, including high-profile moves for Luis Diaz and Nicholas Jackson, have been interpreted by many as a clear signal that they are planning for the day their talisman departs. The Bavarian giants rarely make such moves without a long-term strategy in place, and this strongly suggests they are ready to cash in on Kane while he is still at the peak of his powers. Kane himself has never hidden his desire to break Alan Shearer's all-time Premier League goal-scoring record, a feat he is well on course to achieve if he returns soon. With 213 Premier League goals already to his name, Kane is within touching distance of history, and a return to Spurs would allow him to chase the record while also leading the club into a new era of ambition and success. For Tottenham, the prospect of reuniting with their all-time leading scorer could transform their trajectory. A front line featuring Kane, Xavi Simons and Mohamed Kudus would strike fear into any defence in England or Europe. Add to that the stability Thomas Frank has brought to the back line and midfield, and Spurs would look like genuine contenders for silverware next season. Optimism is building, and for good reason. Spurs are in the strongest possible position to make it happen, and the stars are aligning for one of the most emotional comebacks in Premier League history. If Kane does walk back through the doors of the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium next summer, it could mark the beginning of something truly special. Spurs are reportedly preparing to go all in next summer to secure the signing of one of the Premier League's most exciting attacking talents, Antoine Semenyo, as the North London side continue their ambitious squad rebuild under Thomas Frank. The 25-year-old Ghanaian international has been in outstanding form for Bournemouth this season, delivering explosive performances on the left flank and establishing himself as one of the most dangerous wingers outside the traditional top six. Semenyo's mix of pace, power and directness has made him a nightmare for Premier League defenders, and his progress has not gone unnoticed at Hotspur Way. According to fresh reports, Spurs are fully expected to reignite their interest in Semenyo after initially monitoring him during the summer transfer window. Although no concrete approach was made at the time, Tottenham's recruitment team have kept the player very much on their radar and are now convinced that he is the perfect profile to strengthen their attack. Bournemouth, meanwhile, are fully aware that holding on to their prized asset beyond this season will be extremely difficult. Despite the Ghanaian signing a new long-term contract that runs until 2030, there is a growing acceptance at the Vitality Stadium that a player of Semenyo's quality will inevitably attract elite-level suitors, particularly if he maintains his blistering form throughout the campaign. Club insiders suggest that the Cherries are bracing themselves for heavy interest from several Premier League clubs next summer, with Tottenham likely to be at the very front of the queue. Their excellent working relationship with Bournemouth, forged most recently during the £65 million transfer of Dominic Solanke, could give Spurs a valuable advantage when negotiations begin. However, a move in January appears extremely unlikely. Bournemouth are not in a position where they need to sell. having already made significant profits from outgoing transfers in the last window. More importantly, the South Coast club know they would struggle to find a replacement of Semenyo's calibre in the winter market, which means they will reject any mid-season offers, even substantial ones. For Tottenham, the plan is clear. Secure a left winger in January to provide Thomas Frank with an immediate boost, while continuing to position themselves for a blockbuster move for Semenyo once the summer window opens. Spurs hierarchy believe that by the end of the season, they will be able to present a compelling sporting project that will tempt the Ghanaian to swap the South Coast for North London, where he would have the opportunity to play Champions League football and fight for major honours. With Semenyo's stock rising with every performance and Spurs' intent to build a title-challenging squad in 2026, this is shaping up to be one of the most fascinating transfer sagas of next summer. Tottenham are reportedly in a strong position as they step up their pursuit of Sevilla winger Ruben Vargas, whose electric start to the La Liga season has put him firmly on the radar of several Premier League clubs. The 27-year-old Swiss international has already provided 3 assists in his opening 3 league matches, playing a crucial role in Sevilla's attacking play and showcasing the kind of quality that has made him one of the most consistent wide players in Spanish football this term. According to reports coming from Spain, Spurs have now intensified their interest in Vargas as they look to bolster Thomas Frank's attacking options ahead of the crucial second half of the campaign. The North London club have made no secret of their ambition to build a squad capable of challenging for silverware on multiple fronts, and adding a technically gifted and creative winger is seen as a priority for the January window. Tottenham's hierarchy are believed to have been impressed not only by Vargas' creativity, but also by his tactical intelligence and ability to play across several attacking positions. This versatility would allow Frank to rotate his squad more effectively as Spurs compete in the Premier League, Champions League and domestic cups. The Lilywhites are determined to give their manager the tools he needs to keep the momentum going after what has been a strong start to the season. However, Spurs are not alone in their admiration for the Swiss star. Aston Villa are also monitoring Vargas closely, with Unai Emery reportedly a big admirer of the winger's style of play. The Midlands club are keen to add more attacking depth of their own as they look to maintain their push for European football. Despite Villa's interest, reports suggest that Tottenham currently hold the upper hand in the race for Vargas due to their superior financial resources and more ambitious long-term sporting project. Sevilla, meanwhile, find themselves in a delicate situation. The Andalusian club are aware that both Tottenham and Aston Villa could come forward with offers in January, forcing them to make what has been described as an important decision over Vargas's future. While they would ideally prefer to keep him for the remainder of the season, the reality of their financial situation means that a lucrative Premier League bid could be too tempting to refuse. Crucially, Vargas himself is believed to be open to the idea of a move to England, viewing the Premier League as the natural next step in his career. Sources close to the player suggest that he would welcome the chance to prove himself in one of the most competitive leagues in the world, and a January switch could be on the cards if Spurs decide to formalise their interest. His arrival would add further creativity and depth to the flanks, potentially giving Spurs the extra edge they need to maintain a title challenge and progress deep into Europe. That's all for today's update. If you enjoyed this video and want to stay up to date with everything Tottenham, make sure to subscribe and turn on notifications so you never miss a story. Don't forget to drop a like and share this video with other Spurs fans. Together we can keep growing the Tottenham News Today community. Thanks for watching, and as always, come on you Spurs!